Join me as I attempt to share the incredible story of how God answered my prayer in just 24 hours. Let's dive into this supernatural experience together. In this video, I want to share with you a personal experience that completely blew my mind and strengthened my faith. It's a story about how God answered my prayer in less than 24 hours, and it's truly supernatural. I remember I was in a situation where I desperately needed a quick solution to a problem that was weighing me down. I was feeling anxious, stressed, and helpless, and I knew I needed God's intervention. So I prayed, and I'm going to share with you exactly what I prayed for and how urgently I needed it. The problem was so pressing that I needed an answer fast, preferably within a few days, but God had other plans. The situation was becoming increasingly dire by the day, and I was at my wits' end. I was researching possible solutions online, seeking advice from friends and family, but nothing seemed to work. I was starting to lose hope, and that's when I realized that I needed to take my problem to the only one who could truly help me. I was at a point where I had no choice but to surrender everything to God and trust that He would come through for me. I prayed with all my heart, pouring out my emotions to God, and asking for a specific outcome. I was expecting an answer, but I didn't know when or how it would come. I just knew that I needed it fast, and I was willing to trust God with the outcome. I went to bed that night, still feeling anxious, but with a sense of hope that God was working everything out for my good. The next morning, I woke up to a series of events that would change everything. It started with a phone call from someone I least expected, followed by a chain reaction of events that was simply miraculous. As the day unfolded, I realized that God was answering my prayer in ways I never thought possible. Every detail was carefully orchestrated, and I knew that it was nothing short of a supernatural experience. As the events of that day continued to unfold, I was in awe of God's power and sovereignty. Every door that was closed was suddenly opened, and every obstacle was removed. It was as if God was saying, "I've got this, trust me." And trust me, I did. I was humbled, grateful, and in tears, knowing that God had heard my prayer and was answering it in the most unexpected way. The moment when I realized that my prayer had been answered was truly surreal. I felt a mix of emotions: shock, awe, gratitude, and joy all at the same time. I knew in that moment that God was real, and that He was actively involved in my life. It was a turning point for me, and it strengthened my faith in ways I never thought possible. This experience taught me that God is always working behind the scenes, even when we can't see it. It taught me to trust Him more, to believe in His goodness, and to know that He is always faithful to answer our prayers in His time. If you've had a similar experience where God answered your prayer in an unexpected way, I'd love to hear about it in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe for more supernatural content, and let's continue to inspire and uplift each other in our faith journeys.